Hi, this is Terry Foxworth, and this is the reading summary for Week 2 in PSYC 651. One of the most important characteristics of performance management is its ongoing nature. It is much more than an ordinary once-a-year evaluation. It has 6 distinct phases in its ongoing process. Each should be given careful attention as they are every one important to the success of the overall system. The first phase involves the attainment of 2 prerequisites, mission and goals of the company, and understanding the position. The next phases include the planning, execution, and the assessment of performance. After these phases are complete, a formal review of the employee's performance can be conducted. This is followed by a decision for renewal or recontracting of the employee. After this decision, the process begins again with a new set of goals and objectives created together by the employee and the supervisor. Our next section deals with the prerequisites. Our text lists 2 prerequisites that must be acquired prior to implementation of a performance management system. First, the mission and strategic goals of the organization must be known. Strategic planning gives an organization the opportunity to clarify its mission and examine its vision for the future. After the mission is clear, an organization is then able to develop strategies for achieving its vision and goals. The second prerequisite pertains to the specific job for which the system is being created. A job analysis should be formed to understand the required tasks of the job. This analysis will uncover the primary components of the job. This is fundamental to the performance management process because the requirements of a position must be understood in order to assess performance of that position. The next phase is performance planning, and it consists of 3 pieces. The first piece is the results. The results piece in performance planning refers to the employee's outcomes. This is actually what the employee must produce in their role in the organization. It should include the key accountabilities of the job and the specific objectives the employee should achieve. In addition, performance standards will be used to measure how close the employee has come to meeting the set objectives. The second piece is behaviors. Behaviors of employees should also be examined to balance the strict black and white data from the results piece. Behaviors often center around various competencies that are important components of an employee's job, but not as easily measured. These include more abstract abilities such as communication skills, customer service skills, and dependability. Now begins the review stage of the process, called performance execution, and there are 5 important elements that make this stage successful. These first 5 involve the employee. First, the employee must be committed to the set goals. Second, the employee should proactively seek out feedback and coaching from their supervisor. Next, communication needs to occur often between the employee and the supervisor, and the employee should pursue these conversations. Fourth, the employee should keep track of their performance and share this data with their supervisor. And last, preparation for the performance review at the end of the cycle should be an ongoing process that the employee involves him or herself in throughout the review cycle. While the employee carries the brunt of the burden for performance execution, there are key components of the process that lie squarely on the supervisor's shoulders. These include observing and documenting the employee's performance. Also, the supervisor should update the employee on any changes to the set goals. In addition, they should give feedback and coach the employee as they work toward those goals. Supervisors should also be available to provide any needed resources to the employee so they can be successful. And lastly, they must give reinforcement to the employee's good performance and quick correction to any negative performance. The fourth stage in the process is performance assessment. During assessment, the supervisor and the employee work together to decide how close the employee has come to meeting their goals. Both should fill out appraisal forms and discuss any discrepancies. These points of discrepancy are helpful in discovering new areas for employee development. In addition, having employees involved in the appraisal process increases their perception that the process is accurate and fair. In turn, this perception enhances their commitment to the process. Next, we move into the performance review phase. The supervisor and employee meet in what is typically called an appraisal meeting or discussion. This is a formal meeting where the supervisor reviews the employee's performance. It can be very uncomfortable for employees and supervisors, particularly when the review is negative. This can cause avoidance of these meetings, and is why this is sometimes referred to as the Achilles heel of the entire process. The last component of the performance process is renewal and recontracting. It's similar to the performance planning stage, except it has the advantage of using the knowledge gained from the other components of the process to arrive at its decisions. Once an employee is renewed or recontracted, the process then begins again to provide continual development and evaluation of employees. In conclusion, it is important to recognize the ongoing nature of performance management. The 6 components of the process are each unique and necessary for the success of the system. Again, phase 1 involves 2 prerequisites that must be present before the process begins. The next phases include performance planning, execution, and assessment. After these, a formal review of the employee's performance is conducted. This is followed by a decision for renewal or recontracting. If the employee stays with the organization, the process begins over again, with the employee setting new goals and objectives. It is this ongoing process that allows employees to continually set higher goals and develop their skills in the organization. Here are the 2 questions for this module. Number 1, as Christians, we believe in grace and mercy and believe in giving grace and mercy to others. With this in mind, how should a manager use the performance assessment with an employee who continuously does not meet his goals or complete assigned tasks? Question number 2. Our text says that both the employee and the manager should provide information for the evaluation of the employee. Do you believe this is important to the evaluation process from the perspective of a manager? Why or why not? Do you believe this is important to the evaluation process from the perspective of an employee? Why or why not? I look forward to the discussion and thank you for listening. Blessings to all.